Rock and roll, baby, it's all right. I'm probably talking out my ass. Blah, blah, blah. It's mutton chops that connect with the moustache, whatever the fuck that means. Good day to you, one and all. It is I, Justin Hawkins, and this is Justin Hawkins Rides Again. Yeah, that's right. I'm glistening with sort of minuscule rivulets of perspiration because I have been travelling all day. It's been a really busy week. Did 2 shows in Italy, in Verona and at the Pistoia Blues Festival, and also performed at Nebworth with The Darkness in support of Iron Maiden at Edfest. So it's been a really busy and fun week, travelling the world and doing rock and roll. But I'm home for one night only because tomorrow I head back to London for a writing session with an eminent artiste, and I'm really excited about that. I'll talk to you about that some other time. But today I'm going to talk to you about Yard Act, a Yard Act to follow, indeed. Yes, I'm going to be talking about the latest single from the Leeds-based quartet. It's the second single from their new album, You're Gonna Need a Little Music. So let's not hang around. I'll do the theme tune and get cracking. I haven't tuned this guitar, so God knows what this is going to sound like. Justin Hawkins writes again. Bit rough around the edges, but you know, rock and roll, baby, it's all right. So here are some Yard facts for you. Formed in 2019 in Leeds, Yard Act are James, Ryan, Sam and Jay. They released their debut album, The Overload, in January 2022. I listened to that. I think I covered a couple of songs off that, actually, previously.
2022,
being in
and it
Australia
debuted at number 2 on the UK albums chart.
Never
heard of them.
They have collaborated with Sir Elton of John and supported the Hives and JHRA, Justin Hawkins Rides Again favourites, the Idols. Critics have described them as post-punk, whatever the fuck that means, and indie rock. Well, I think we all know what that means. But they've been known to fuse 70s Italian disco and elements of 90s hip-hop. So, yeah, a lot of my favourite elements in it go into the cauldron of Yard Actory. The new single, New Beginnings, follows the lead single, Redeemer, from their 3rd studio album, which is to be released on the 17th of July.
You envy the freak. I can see it in your eyes.
I'm going to give it a listen. Here we are. Camera rolling, guys.
Society.
I guess at the end of this they'll say check the gate. That's what they normally say on video shoots. Nobody knows what it means. Actually, maybe they do. I think they mean the bit, there's a sort of box between the lens and the outside of the aforementioned box, and sometimes you get hairs and stuff like that stuck in it. Or something, I don't know. I do have a BTEC in media studies, but check the gate was something that I only started to hear on video shoots in the early noughties. Because before then, I wasn't really doing anything of note.
Society has not been kind to my efforts. The celebration peaked quick, then the jackals descended.
Wow, the charisma dripping off this guy is fucking amazing. I think the thing I listened to before was definitely more disco. I want to go back and have a look at what the guitar player's up to. Just going to go back to, where are we? 12 seconds, I think.
To my efforts, the celebration.
Seems to be pedaling on an F sharp there. So has he got a capo on or something?
Peaked quick, then the jackals descended. I amended the dates and the names on the record, but the guilty parties were off.
Oh, he's got his thumb over. So it sounds like it's going like because I mean it's sort of quite nasty the way that sort of F sharp is muted there. And it's probably because he's voicing it with his thumb. Let's have a listen.
The jackals descended. I amended the dates and the names on the record, but the guilt.
Yeah. So it's like so sort of it goes from an F sharp major to an E with a F sharp in the bass, which is, as I mentioned before, it seems to be. It looks like he's playing a Telecaster, but it's got a different shaped headstock. I wonder if Fender will perform one of their now notorious cease and desists on the makers of the Yardak guitar players T-type, they would probably call that, because they're trying to avoid saying Telecaster at all costs, the cost being forced to stop producing it. Let's marvel first, before we go any further, at the facial hair on the aforementioned guitar player. It's brilliant. It's kind of doing a Lemmy thing, like it's mutton chops that connect with the moustache. Nothing at all on the chin. It sort of focuses all of your attention on the center part of the face. It's brilliant. It's really badass.
We're all still offended. Now about with back as I was due a reckoning. Hurt yourself for sin, resist the urge to grin.
Okay, now this is cool.
Spend your winnings on new beginnings. Breathe deep and take it in.
Okay, but the bass is going between... Now that the band's in, the bass is going between the F sharp and the E, and it gives it like a totally different movement and feel to the verse before, you know, all of the accompaniment came steaming in there. But the guitar is still doing that F sharp bass. That's really interesting. So there's a tone between what the guitar is seeing as the bass note and what the bass player is doing. All deliberate, and pulls your ear in all sorts of different directions. It's fun to listen to, I think.
For my efforts, celebrity.
It's such a great bass sound as well. Fucking hell. It's really like, I don't know, it's you don't get that sort of amped, mic'd feel with a DI bass normally. It's sort of usually a bit cleaner than that, but it's sort of nasty, and you get some of that toppy stuff. It might be DI'd. I'm probably talking out of my arse. I don't know that much about bass. I know when it feels good, and this is one of those times. Sounds like he's gone to finger bassing there.
For the things that they do and say off the record suggested.
Now, nothing wrong with putting two brooches on one lapel on a chocolate-coloured pinstripe suit. I've always said that. You know my feelings on that. I think that's lovely. It's a nice thing. It sort of pulls your attention into that sort of chest area there. And when it's on the left lapel, you're looking directly into that individual's heart. And I think having two brooches suggests a duality, which is possibly reflected in the lyrical content of this, which I have overlooked thus far because I've been obsessing about lapels and T-types. I love that. There's a guitar part over the other side. It's doing something like that. It's creating some ringing because there's two notes that are being voiced that are a semitone apart from one another, which gives it a sort of a certain dissonance, and it's over this side, I think. Oh, now it's a totally different section. I need to stop thinking about F sharp to E. Oh God, you don't hear guitars mixed in that really sort of like thunderous, sucks all the life out of everything else type way. It's super exciting. It kind of reminds me of some of the stuff that was happening in the 90s that was, you know, inventive but still sort of West Coasty in some ways. So that sounds like a wild and exciting guitar solo, but actually it's doubled. I think it seems like he's performed it twice, almost note for note, and it's a really close double as well. It's a great bit of playing, and has all the requisite excitement and looseness that you'd hope to hear in a loud Telecaster type guitar solo.
Get yourself a new whip, pack your bags and take a trip. The only night we'll ever need, led by the magnet.
I love that what happened there with in the sort of what sounded like the stumble of the drum thing. It reminds me of verse. Is it 3 of The Ocean, Led Zeppelin? I think Brad Wilk might have used that fill. There's a that happens once in The Ocean by Led Zeppelin, and whenever I hear a stumble on the set, I always think, ha, a John Bonham enthusiast behind the kit. Exactly what you want to see and hear.
Your lips.
This kind of sounds like Golden Era, The Verve in some ways, this section here, doesn't it? There's even a brass section coming in, isn't there? I like this kind of guitar playing. I think it's what they used to call rhythmic lead. People like Bernard Butler used to do this kind of stuff. There is a certain... In a certain format of guitar, you're obliged to sort of fulfill both of those roles. You know, like if you've got an AC/DC type 5-piece band, 2 guitarists, lead singer, bass player, drummer, then there's usually a rhythm and lead. You know, sometimes those roles are shared, as they are in The Darkness, for example. But I think when there's one guitar player obliged to fill out the sound, it gets a bit Johnny Marr, gets a bit Bernard Butler. And that's what's happening in this Yard Act song, I think. It's really cool the way he's filling that sound out and making the parts exciting without ever sort of treading on anybody's toes, despite the fact that it's a really, really loudly mixed guitar. That's what's making me think of the 90s, I think. Because you can get away with murder with one guitar. You really can. You just got to be prepared to take it there, I think. Now that's really, really cool. Oh my God. So, wow, I love what was happening with all the brass stuff at the end there. Sort of descends into chaos or something. And you hear people are sort of like doing this kind of northern inspired kind of 90s style rock, and it's too derivative of that decade. And you know, it's definitely coming from the same stable as stuff like The Verve, and you know, dare I even say it, I'm not going to say it, you know, but the other bands that came from up there and were doing well in that decade, but they're bringing something else to it. I think it's super cool. I love the production. Really awesome to hear a proper rhythmic lead guitar player doing his stuff, and there's a load of things to unpack in the arrangement that makes it, you know, will bear repeat listens, and they've got so much charisma. It's really cool. So yeah, let me know what you think in the comments. Here are some comments from there. So fucking cool. Summer Banger says V1 Music UK, and then John Citizen 82 says boring Britpop inspired nonsense. Total sellouts. That's a bit fucking reductive, I think. Gmantle1799 says Soyan Peruta gives me some old Beck Loser vibes. Not a bad thing at all. Love Yard Act. And then Beer Geek 123 says good shit, they're evolving. Perfect. I agree with that, because I think, you know, some of that sort of sample led disco stuff was really, really cool to listen to. I enjoyed it. But this, I think I can really see this being the thing. Gareth Lot PG, it doesn't matter what his name is, says touch of early super furry animals. Anyone? Yep, definitely. 64-year-old post-punker loving this. Me too, actually. Really good. Heard this the other day and thought it was some 90s tune I'd somehow missed, and heard it again today and found out it's new. It's great when that happens, isn't it? I think that's, you know. Oh, Capitan Peso says Yard Act has gone full Oasis. That's what I wasn't going to say. And I wouldn't say they've gone full Oasis. I think this is their own thing. This is brilliant. Anyway, definitely a new direction. Really, really excited to hear the ongoing evolution of Yard Act. They got so much attitude and hair. It's brilliant. Nice one, Yard Act. Congratulations. Please let me know in the comment section what you guys thought. I'm sure you'll have some your own views. I'm going to sing the theme tune on an out-of-tune guitar, because, why not? Justin Hawkins writes again. Don't forget to like, subscribe, hit the bell for notifications, watch one of these 2 videos, join the mailing list, come and see me live in August when I do my solo stuff. Come and see The Darkness at the end of the year in arenas. Blah, blah, blah. What else do I want to say? Yes, join the Patreon. There's a load of fun happening over there. Nice one, guys. I'll see you on the ice. Again.